beans. They are right here. But I was out in the garden today and I picked some more. And I also picked a yellow pepper, which is going to go in my relish. And I got 4 red tomatoes. That one has to have a piece cut off of it. And I ate the first 2, of course. So today, I was out in the garden and I got some green tomatoes and some green zucchini and some yellow squash and a pepper. And I'm going to wait for Howie to get home to bring me more onions because I only have 1 left. But I'm going to I'm going to snap these beans and I'm going to start chopping stuff for relish. My eyes are blurry today. Hey, Celeste, Cassie, Robin Rose, how's everybody doing? Give me a second here, folks. Shit, that still doesn't work, does it? Sometimes if I twist it just the right way, I can get a picture. Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and I've been out in the garden today and I got more beans. So I'm going to snap them up and put them in the bowl with cold water for canning later today. And I'm chopping zucchini, squash, green tomatoes, and peppers for relish. Let's get started. Let me just make sure I can... Oh, crap. Don't tell me that was... Don't tell me I wasn't recording. God, I can't tell because I need a new camera so bad. Okay, now let me see if I actually recorded that. Didn't even record it. Okay. What is going on? Give me a second, folks. There, it's recording. Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. And I was out in the garden today and I got more beans to add to this bowl of beans so that I can can beans. And I got a nice pepper and some zucchini and some yellow crookneck squash and some green tomatoes for making relish. Let's get started. Hang on, folks. I just got to make sure, because of this weird angle, I have to make sure that my camera is actually filming where I want it to film. Okay, that looks about right. All right. I'm going to top up my tea so I can sit with y'all. We got chicken out. We're going to have fried chicken in the air fryer for supper tonight. Actually, there was still tea in there. Dump out the cold stuff. I kind of took the day off yesterday. I didn't take it off. I just stayed off the internet for the most part. Didn't sit down on my computer at all. I vacuumed, cleaned my vacuumed, swept, got my laundry caught up, and I have a knife. Got my laundry caught up. Hey, Sherry, baby. First, let's get the chopping done for the relish. I have my small blade in there. That is perfect for relish. Let's move these beans out of the way. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Nat, Becky, Linda. I just, I just was in a mood. Not a mood, but I have a bowl back there for stuff. I just was in one of those places yesterday that I just didn't want to talk to anybody. And it's no offense to anybody here. I just needed a day of quiet. You know what I mean? So, how's everybody doing today? The weather is driving me batshit crazy. I can't, I wash these too. I can't, whoops, back here. Oh, wrong bowl. I can't talk about the weather because I'll get a strike on my channel if I talk about how I really feel about what's going on in the weather. There's a lot of seeds in the yellow crookneck. So it's been cold today. Cold, rainy for the last couple of days. The sun is in and out. And I still am not seeing any evidence of green beans from my other beds. Just these flat hybrid ones from my yellow bean bed. So I'm just going to be grateful for everything I get, I tell you. And I'm going to be going shopping soon. Come here, you. Hang on a second. I'm going to be, I wish they would let the chat stay. Let me make sure it's on live chat. Been busy gardening and harvesting and mowing and trimming the yard. Now I need a nap. I hear you, Kathy. My pepper. It's a yellow pepper. The only peppers that seem to be coming are green and a few of these yellow ones. And they don't seem to be, like I planted multicolored peppers and I'm getting these. Make sure it's not hot. No, it's a sweet pepper. I just don't understand. The one pepper, I planted Wisconsin peppers. I think they're called Missouri or Wisconsin peppers, which is an early pepper. And my zucchinis and not my zucchinis. Got zucchinis on the brain. Beef and dehydrated potato slices, carrot, corn, and celery, and gravy and dumplings. We're having chicken because Howie's tired of hot dogs and hamburgers, which we really haven't eaten all that much except when we were at the races. But I'll make him some chicken, some fried chicken, and when it comes out of the fryer, I'll make some French fries. So I don't think I'm gonna have the red peppers in my relish, but you know, at this point, you know, the little red flecks of red pepper. Hey, Minnesota farmer's wife, Steven, hi, darling. Martin Rios III, our friend on Facebook, has passed away. Excuse me, hang on. Oh, good cup of tea. For those of us who know Martin Rio, wait a minute, that is hot. What's going on here? That's a hot pepper. Wah! Wah! Oh! Oh! I did not plant hot peppers. Oh, excuse me. I did not plant hot peppers. Whew. And I got a garden full of these things. I don't like hot. But we're going to put it in the relish anyway. Why? A, because we have it. And B, it probably won't make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of flavor. If it adds a little bit of zing, awesome. Oh my gosh. So I planted on your tongue and let it dissolve. Okay, I'm going to do that right now. I didn't plant hot peppers, folks. I planted Missouri bells. I planted Missouri bells and rainbow ones. Like a whole bunch of different kinds of peppers, sweet peppers that were different colors. And I didn't plant no hot peppers. It's just the weirdest crap going on with the... Well, you can get in there. The weirdest crap going on with my garden. Let's get some zucchinis in here. Oh, the sugar does help. My heart aches for Alex. I love that beautiful man. Yes, really, right? Martin was one of those never give up people. We knew his cancer was really bad. And we knew that his chances weren't great. But he put out so much enthusiasm and so much positivity. And whenever he was in the hospital, he made it home with quilts and little things. Like Alex brought him stuff. And the only good thing I can say about it is that he is with the family that he missed so much after they passed. I don't want to talk about it anymore, okay? Because I just can't. I just can't, okay? I bought a package of zucchini seeds, planted them, and wound up with yellow crookneck squash. I think they messed up the seeds in the factory. Start to think this shit's deliberate. Not just saying. Just saying. Right? Because the only beans really that are growing right now, that are producing a lot of beans, are the ones that I harvested from last year. And the bean seeds I got from Poland. Thank God these are getting washed. I washed them, but I had a day yesterday. I spent the day, you know, cleaning my vacuum, vacuuming, sweeping, dishes, laundry, and I went down a rabbit hole. I did go down a rabbit hole. Okay, come on. Ooh, no wonder it's not going through. Because it's overflowing! Well, I didn't really go down a rabbit hole. I got on the internet for a little bit, and I ended up going down a rabbit hole, and I decided after that, like, I just shut my computer off and said, I can't do this today. Because it was just, everything looked so dark. And it's really hard to stay positive when everything is just so dark. You know what I mean? So I decided just to, see, I picked a bunch of little green tomatoes that are growing, and not the acorn and not the spaghetti. Do you honestly it's time to start saving our own seeds, folks. Like, I'm going to let one of my big green zucchini, well, they're not big at all, but I'm going to let one of my zucchinis grow. A lot of the seeds I bought didn't even take. Like, I had to plant 4 packages of carrots, and I bet you I don't get 10 carrots. And the one carrot bed that I emptied and moved, I planted a whole package of spinach in it. Didn't grow. I mean, the only thing that really has grown amazingly well is my beans and my tomatoes. But the fruit on them is less than, you know, ideal. So, I don't know what's going on, folks. All I know is that I have to find a way to go shopping at Costco soon. And do a couple of heavy-duty shoppings. Come on. Oh, get off it. What the hell is going on here? And stock my pantry. Because in all honesty, I planted probably, I planted over twice as many tomatoes. I planted twice as many zucchini and yellow crookneck squash and yellow zucchini. I planted twice as many cabbage, and the cabbage is the only thing that actually grew well. What's the problem with that? Why did my cabbage grow well? Because there's no blossoms to be pollinated. Hey, Jules! So, we'll have to wait and see. But it's August, and it's feeling like, you know, the end of September here. And it has been all summer. It's been either one or two really hot, sunny days. Well, let me put it to you this way. I figured out how to get in and out of my pool. I figured out how to get in and out of my pool without putting too much stress on the one railing that feels like it's breaking. Yeah. If we're talking about Steven, I do. Oh, yeah, and my watermelons? My sugar babies last year didn't grow at all. I got a little plant and then they died. This year, the plants went nuts and I've got blossoms, but I only have watermelons that big. My brother in Southern Ontario has sugar babies that big. Mine should at least be the size of a grapefruit right now. But they're not. So we'll see. We will see. So planting more and hovering more and caring more obviously isn't the problem. The problem seems to be the weather and fires that we're now finding out were a good I'm not going to talk about it. So, news. Do you remember me talking to you guys about the, yeah, I know, Mindy. You're exactly right, and I can't say that out loud. I can't say that out loud. Honey, they're the size of grapes, and there's only like 3 of them. You would think with all the rain we've been having, they would be like balloons right now. The company that approached me about doing snack boxes from around the world, Alberta, Canada, and have small sugar pumpkins and squash too. So much rain here, so mushrooms are growing like crazy, and I'm dehydrating them. Good. Hey, Tina. Calico Dawn. What a pretty name. If I'm telling you guys, do you remember how, okay, I heard back from the snack box people, the snack boxes from around the world, and apparently they've already shipped my first parcel. So we will be doing, I don't know if Howie's going to want to do it with me live, but I think we should do those snack things live, don't you? Like, I think we should just sit here and go through them live. Whoops, what did I go there? So, we'll see. I got more green. Oh, there's a little orange tomato I brought in. It'll ripen. Not seeing enough bees. I'm pollinating myself. Yeah, I know. Howie and I were actually going to get bees again this year, but we couldn't afford it. Because for us to start up, it's like $600 or $700. Well, thank you, Tina. Mary Jane Will, Illinois is being hot or cold. Now my garden is about done. I have learned so much from you. I appreciate your help and your time you spend teaching and guiding us. You have a beautiful heart. Well, if you could hear my brain sometimes, you wouldn't think my heart was always so beautiful. I'm only human. I'm only human. Green tomatoes and peppers. Whoops. Oh, I'm going to have a nice little bit of relish here. Remember when I made the green tomato bread? I made green tomato bread a while back with diced green tomatoes, and Howie didn't like it that much. But when I pureed the green tomatoes, and made tomato bread, it was delicious. You just add cinnamon. It's like making banana bread or zucchini bread. You can do it with green tomatoes. You just puree them. So if I get a lot of green tomatoes, I'm going to I think I can can green tomato sauce, which would be pureed green tomatoes, right? And sugar and cinnamon, and then can it like applesauce and then use it in breads. But then I have a freezer full of overripe bananas too. Well, not a freezer full. I have about 6 of them. Hey, Liz! Carol! These fires with all the smoke are messing with the bees. Of course, smoke makes bees stupid. A lot of blossoms are dropping from the heat. Yeah, I know. I mean, well, I guess you can, but what would you do with them after the fact? Like, that's why we pickle the green tomatoes, right? But I do know one thing's for sure. If I have a lot of green tomatoes left over, I'm going to be, making more green tomato chow. Not necessarily piccalilli, but I'll be making, like, green tomato chow, which is basically green tomatoes, chunks of zucchini, and onion. And Howie's bringing home my mustard seed from shopping today. So there'll be a shopping video for tomorrow showing how little we get for how much we're spending these days. Do you remember when I would go to Costco, and Howie and we'd have to both have carts, okay? 2 heaping carts. And I'd say, oh, this is going to be an expensive one. And I'd get up there. I've never had fried green tomatoes. Banana ice cream is amazing with those frozen ones blended. I'll probably use some for smoothies too. But I'd fill two big shopping carts, and at the most, it would be like $500 or $600. I don't think I ever spent more than $700 on 2 heaping carts at Costco. Now, 1 heaping cart is like $500. Right? It's just insane. Everything is doubled in price. I told you, I went to Giant Tiger, and last year, the last time I was there in December, their tomatoes were $1.29. 3 months before that, less than a year ago, the tomatoes at Giant Tiger were $1 a can. They are now $1.77 a can. That's a 70% increase. Okay, I got one more tomato and then some zucchini. So, you know, if my garden is doing poorly, what's going to happen? Took a picture of my grocery bill last week. 3 Sobe bags, $220. Yep. Howie's shopping today, and I said, don't go over, X number of dollars. And he goes, that depends on the prices at the store. And he's absolutely right. right? We're now just on grocery day, just buying the necessities. And even bread isn't a necessity because I make my own bread. I just don't have time right now. Well, I do, but I save bread making for the winter. Thank God I've got almost 100 pounds of flour in the freezer. And I'm soon going to be making laundry soap. Because yes, I would really love, right now we're using our laundry strips, which I have been waiting a lifetime for. I have been waiting ever since I was on Amway for somebody to make a concentrated form of laundry soap that doesn't need plastic jugs, right? The hell? The problem is they're expensive. So I'm going to be making homemade laundry soap again. I don't give a crap that I have a high efficiency, crappy washing machine. That doesn't like homemade laundry soap. Don't care. Honestly, don't care. This is what I got out of the yellow beans today. So I'm going to be adding them to that, and I'm going to be canning them in a little bit. So I'm going to go back. And someone told me not to use a lot of borax. You know how we use, in a 5-gallon pail, we use a cup of washing soda, a cup of borax, and a bar of soap. And I'm going to be using my own homemade cedar soap, cedar scented soap. Someone told me that borax is really hard on elastic, and that would explain. Okay, I've got to do this. Check you down there. I just got to do the onion and I'm done until Howie gets home, and I have to put a couple more onions in. So I'm going to be making laundry soap with 1 cup of washing soda. Yes, and it's also good for in your drawers and stuff, because what keeps bugs away? Cedar. So I'm going to use 1 cup of washing soda, half a cup of borax, and my own soap. And when I do Howie's clothes, hang on a second, I'm gonna get this bowl here for the stuff. When I do Howie's clothes, I'll just add more borax. Like if it's, men's work clothes and stuff, or heavy grease and stuff like that, I'll use more borax. I'll add it separately. I try to just buy what I need for the week, but then there's a sale and the plan goes out the window. Well, that's one of the reasons it's a good thing I'm not the one shopping. But hopefully when when I get every last little bit of onion, hopefully when my YouTube pay comes in, I'll be able to go, whoa, I just dumped some on the table. That's a nice batch of relish. That's going to be about, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 pints. Get this. Oh, I got to add some more water to this. That's going to be enough for 4 or 5 pints. Okay, I can shut this off now. I just got to add some more water to this and put it in the fridge. Oh. All this needs now is some more onion. Oh, there we go. All right, let's finish snapping our beans and visiting. So I wish the chat would stay. Snap peas. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Like these are the, hang on, I'll give you a good example. Here we go. These are the yellow beans that got sent to me from Poland, the bean seeds. And these are seeds from the yellow beans I harvested last year. And obviously they have crossbred with my Pole green beans because these are seeds I harvested. Hey Linda, FYI, how's it going? The chat keeps disappearing. Well, have a hot cup of tea, Lori. I'll tell ya, I now leave the tea bag right in because it's, I love, Rebecca Robinson sent me some, Yorkshire Gold and Yorkshire tea, my favorites. Why can you only make coffee? When I'm finished here, I'm going to be canning these beans, so that'll be a video for Monday. You didn't get a video today because I didn't do any. Oh, you're at work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, honey. But I'm tempted to dehydrate these beans, but canned beans is one of those things. I should check my pantry and see how much we have left from last year. I'm not convinced that my other 3 bean beds are going to actually produce. It's Friday too. Well, yeah. Are you part of Freaky Friday? Grew some apple mint and it makes lovely tea. My herb bed is completely, like my tomatoes have taken over everything. I'm making some infused sugar bath. Oh, really? I think I'm going to go and get myself a pint of 90 proof clear alcohol from the liquor store and make some tincture from my homegrown meds and then not dehydrate it, but evaporate it off so that it's not necessarily an oil, but it's really strong, and then mix it with sugar and then lay it out to dry. That's the only thing I can think of. But I just don't like walking into a liquor store. I mean, you don't get 26 years sober by walking into liquor stores. Mom and I made watermelon rind jelly today. She remembers it from being a kid. Really? Some tea leaf made. I watched a video somewhere. Someone added 2.5 milligrams. Well, you've got it has to be activated first, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I might make some gummies. But you have to make the oil. I like to make the oil first. And if you're going to make gummies with oil, not distillate, oil, dark green stuff, make sure that when you put it in the blender, you put in a teaspoon of sunflower lecithin. Lecithin is what will help emulsify water and oil together. So you will get a much better you'll get a more even product, evenly dispersed product. Yes, I can use vegetable glycerin. I have a bottle in my fridge that has Is it still here? Yeah, it is. This was I might try this today. I don't know how old this is, but was Cali OG, and this is pure 100% organic vegetable glycerin. And I've never figured out how to use it for anything other than making gummies, but I got about this much in here, so maybe I will try some sugar in this and see what happens. I forgot I had that. That's like 4 years old, that bottle. And because it's vegetable glycerin and because it was in the fridge all this time, glycerin's like alcohol, okay? It preserves, like, indefinitely. So, I'm not seeing this. We prepped out 8 bushels of vegetables today. Oh my God, Stephen. With Mother to make tinctures, Bev. Yeah, not with my... I don't know about that. I'd have to do some research on that, and my product is too important to experiment with. But I can experiment with the vegetable glycerin Cali OG, which I'm pretty sure is really high it's a high sativa. My mom, yeah, I can make vanilla extract. I've done that with glycerin. But yeah, that's a good idea. I've got my Cali OG tincture made with vegetable glycerin. I'm going to try some of that with sugar. Because all you have to do is mix it in the sugar but without dissolving the sugar. You mix a little bit in at a time, and then you spread it out on a sheet and let it dry. Or maybe even put it in the dehydrator. Right? So, I'm going to get done here with these beans, and then I'm going to can them, because now I have probably enough to fill the canner. And then I'm going to, when Howie gets home, tomorrow I'm going to make relish. Not today, because it's Friday! And if you are a patron, I'm not wiping my nose. I'm itching it, guys. If you are a patron, tonight is Freaky Friday, 8 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. Won't be long. First Sunday in November, the clocks will go forward or back, and we'll be back on to Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Daylight Savings Time, I think they call it. Cali OG is sativa dominant. I crossed mine with Durban Poison. I've never used glycerin, but curious to try. Well, make sure that you decarb your cannabis first. And then, I have a video on it somewhere. Or unless it has been removed and it's not on my new Cooking with Cannabis channel. So we'll see. Oh, I got lots of beans here. Yay. I'm going to have to start making them in the classical jars, because they're 1.5 pints. And we don't do a full quart, but 1.5 pints is just about right. Sometimes I'll open up a can of mushrooms and add them into my beans while I'm heating them up. I don't know why I like that so much. Sometimes if I have Parmesan cheese. No, I've never made corn cob jelly. I've never seen the point. To me, it has no nutritional value, and it's basically like if I didn't have currants, I got currants in the freezer. If I didn't have currants to make jelly, if I didn't have strawberry jam or crabapple jelly or anything like that, I might, right? If I didn't have any fruit trees and stuff, but I do. So I don't make things that are just basically sugar. You know what I mean? So that's just me. If all we had was corn and no fruit or anything, yeah, I'd probably try it. Corn stalk from my corn harvest this weekend. Corn is funny. One of the reasons why corn is not good for you is because it is both a sugar and a starch, which is unheard of, right? And I've never, you know, I don't even can corn. I just freeze it. And I don't think we got any. We didn't get any this year. So I was kind of hoping we'd get a bag, but my, thanks to Life with the Wolfies and a couple of other bonus structures that I had in place that are no longer in place, my income has been cut in half in comparison to last year. Red wine cap mushrooms are a great addition to garden beds. Mushrooms for a lifetime and worth the cost to start. I'm just learning to dehydrate them. Could you email me more information about that? I actually had a mushroom grow in one of my plants in the office. That's how damp it's been. And it's not from overwatering, because I don't water them unless I stick my finger in and it's dry, you know? Oh, I've got a stem in there. We don't want stems. So once I'm done here, I'm going to unload and load my dishwasher again. And I'm going to wash up my jars by hand. I don't put them in the dishwasher anymore and consider them sanitized. I just wash them and rinse them in really hot water. When I'm pressure canning, you don't have to sterilize your jars. You just have to make sure they're clean. Okay? Washed and rinsed. Scrubbed clean. Yeah, time to can beans. But, so don't forget, Freaky Fridays tonight. I apologize for Little House Live being canceled last night. I just wasn't up to much of anything yesterday other than being with myself and my dog. But I got some housework caught up. That's about it. I just needed a day alone yesterday, you know. Oh, no, I'm not sick or anything. I just, you know, needed a day of quiet where I didn't have to hear myself talk. So if I don't want to hear myself talk, I don't edit, I don't film, and I don't go live. Just needed a quiet day without hearing my voice. Because I don't know about you guys, some people say my voice is really soothing. I find it annoying, especially when I've got to edit it and listen to it over and over again. One of the reasons I love doing live streams so much is because there's no editing to them, right? And it saves me time. But Howie's back is doing better. He foolishly went back to work, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, especially these days. And there's only 3 more races. There is one, not this weekend, but next weekend. And I know there's one on the Labor Day weekend. And then I think there's one later on in September. It's a mental health day. There you go. Mental health day, you know. I mean, God love Joe. She emailed me and said, I didn't see you online. I didn't see you post anything. Are you okay? Yes. I just, you know, went and visited my mom yesterday, brought her some Cukes, refrigerator pickles, and dilly beans. Yeah, my son Arthur loves dilly beans. But then he tried to tell me how to make them so that they're perfect, because somebody else gave him dilly beans and they were absolutely perfect. And guess what? I'm not making any, because I have far too beans right now coming out of my garden to waste on somebody that's unappreciative of the work I would have put in them. Not that he would be unappreciative. It's just that, you know, I love my son. But when he tells me how to do my canning, then he's got to learn how to can himself, doesn't he? Right? He's just going to have to learn to do it himself. Mel has not been able to come out. Their house is in disarray. Oh, yeah, this is lots of beans. Oh, Gracie wants in. don't get to, and I think that's another reason I took the day off yesterday is I'm not going to see my grandbaby tomorrow, and I'm kind of sad, really sad about that. But next weekend is a race. The weekend after, I'm going to see my grandbaby come hell, flood, mud, or high water. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I got to go. I got to get ready to can up these beans, and I got to let Gracie in. Oh, God, Minnesota. I'm moving to Minnesota. As a social worker, self-care, I learned it is very important. Mama B, I'm glad you had some quiet time. Well, thank you, Lori. It will happen now and again, but, this summer has been so odd, garden-wise. I just don't know what to do with myself. And I'm worried that I'm not going to get what I need. And I'm worried that if my garden's like this, what's going on with the farmers and how much is it going to cost me to stock my pantry this year? These are really very, very concerns. It was an important day today. It was the first day my mom ever water bath canned with me. She's 78. Oh my God. That's wonderful. Well, take care, Stephen. I love you. Mwah. Give my love to Dan. Throw the worries out. Yes. Right? What's the point of worrying if you have faith, why worry? And so I'm not overly worried, but everything I have done, I've done everything right for my garden this year, and it's not producing as much as last year, and I've planted twice as much. So I just figure I'm just going to keep doing the do things, keep canning what I got, and after this weekend, Howie's not going to be shopping on his own anymore. A lot of times I'll take Briar shopping, once every couple of months, or I will go with Howie, but I haven't been really shopping in a while. And when my pay comes in, I'm going to Costco, and that's that. And not for the things you think. I will get toilet paper, but it won't be Costco toilet paper because it's wrecking my septic. I'll be getting things that I can't get anywhere else, like my big bags of Parmesan cheese, my big boxes of instant mashed potatoes. Whose birthday? Yes, I brought soil in this year. Your firstborn turns 35 today. Wow. All right, guys, I got to go. Beans are done. And actually, that's a lot for a first picking, if I think about it. And I'm going to go let my dog in and get cleaned up and get ready for canning beans. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Patrons, it's Freaky Friday. And folks, for Little House Live comes back. My soil comes right out of a farmer's field. Okay, Jimmy Carroll, they clean out their barns and they make manure piles in a specific area. And he brings me his oldest manure pile every year. And it's beautiful. It grows. I mean, if you don't touch it, it becomes this green mound of teeny tiny weeds all over the place. I think my problem has been with my seeds this year. This is the Mrs. Volpe from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, I love you guys. Patrons, I'll see you tonight. Little House Live, folks, I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. No, 8 p.m. Take care. God bless. I love you. Don't ever forget that.